Welcome to our audio commentary coverage. This broadcast is not an official product of this competition.
Looking the more likely to open the scoring at the moment. Certainly a couple of decent opportunities so far. As Bournemouth rebuild from the back, goal kick which was eventually fired long by Senesi after a couple of passes exchanged with the goalkeeper. Now back at the feet of the opposing goalkeeper Alisson. And Gomez now finding and it's played forward to Salah, who's in the penalty area. First time pass from Salah, and it would have been a tap in for Gakpo had it reached him. And a brilliant intervention. I think it was Hill who got the all-important touch there, intercepting Salah's pass. It was almost a bit of a surprise to see Salah not go for goal. It was a little bit of a tough angle perhaps for him to take the shot on himself, and maybe the pass looked like the better option, but tremendous interception from Hill to deny Liverpool what would have been a golden chance. Salah certainly proving to be a threat in these early stages. Liverpool win a throw-in on the halfway line, right in front of the dugout, where the slot is pacing. A small technical area compared to many in the Premier League. At the Vitality Stadium, of course, it is the smallest ground in the top flight. Bournemouth have become a pretty established Premier League club over the last decade or so. Story. Saw them narrowly avoid falling out of the Football League altogether, and eventually making it up to the Premier League. Eddie Howe, a big part of that story, of course, as manager. The current boss has certainly attracted interest from elsewhere. His side are struggling. Just one win, as I mentioned, in their last 13 Premier League games. Most significant today was the win for West Ham over Sunderland, because it has just given the sides higher up the table something to think about. Who perhaps thought they weren't really in any serious trouble might now be a little concerned. West Ham up to 20 points after those back-to-back wins. Suddenly only 2 points behind Nottingham Forest. The ball is played into the penalty area. Salah was the closest to it. Hill was the first to it, though again puts it out of play for a corner to Liverpool. Bournemouth 27 points coming into this game. Win would obviously put them 10 points clear of that relegation zone, which would feel pretty secure. 15 games to go. To be 10 points clear of the drop zone will feel they're in a pretty strong position. Leeds would be 5 points behind Bournemouth in 16th if Bournemouth do get the win today, but it's Liverpool looking more threatening at the moment as the corner comes in and Bournemouth deal with it. Krupi on the edge of the penalty area fires it forward. Evan Nilsson tries to deal with a bouncing ball. Kirkesh gets his foot to it. And now it comes out to Salah, edge of the box, plays it into Gakpo inside the penalty area. Back to Salah again. Lovely ball to Wirtz. Squares it surely for a tap-in for Szoboszlai. And this time Adam Smith was in the right place to make the block, and it runs calmly into the arms of Petrovic. Lovely build-up play from Liverpool. Salah and Wirtz combining really nicely, and Wirtz squaring the ball for Szoboszlai, who was on the edge of the 6-yard box. Smith managing to get there just ahead of the Hungarian to get his foot on the ball. Prevent a shot on goal. It's good defending by Smith. Bournemouth now sending the ball into the penalty area. It's headed away by Liverpool, and Gakpo ends up on the ground, but the free kick it's gone Bournemouth's way. Quarter of an hour gone. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0. Adley standing over this free kick on the right-hand touchline. He's a left-footed player. It's about midway inside the Liverpool half as he swings it into the box. It's going to bounce out to Szoboszlai, who carries it forward. There's a lovely ball down the line. Salah chasing after it, but Adam Smith was there first again and cleared it really well. Managed to get it up to Scott on the halfway line, who carries it forward. Evan Nilsson and tries to get Bournemouth moving and only gives the ball away. Now Frimpong for Liverpool on the right-hand side, approaching the edge of the Bournemouth penalty area. Stops and waits, and now looks to pick up again, trying to find his way into the box. Good defending, really good defending by Cook to win it back. And now Alex Scott. It's Adley forward to Krupi. Bournemouth trying to beat Liverpool's press, and they've done so successfully as it's played out to Smith on the right-hand side. Carries it forward. He has Jimenez ahead of him. Decides to stop and wait. Liverpool getting players back into position. Smith rolls it across to Hill. Now it's with Cook. Cook across to Senesi. Out to the left now for Truffert. Truffert looks for the run of Adley, which does come. Adley tries to fire in the cross and is blocked, and it will be a Bournemouth corner. Nicely worked there by Bournemouth. Fighting the press from Liverpool and beating it. Now Liverpool with a corner to defend. Cook is the player to take this corner. Curls it into the far post, it bounces, and Krupi has to chase it towards the opposing corner flag. He does manage to get hold of it. Bournemouth moving it around again. Deep cross into the penalty area. It bounces in front of Evan Nilsson, who couldn't get the shot away. Krupi hooks it goalwards and clears the crossbar. It's nothing more than a Liverpool goal kick in the end. Bournemouth 0, Liverpool 0, almost 18 minutes played. This first half. Played up long to Salah, back with Bournemouth again as Truffert gets hold of it. To his left foot. Rolls it all the way back towards the goalkeeper. Petrovic to Senesi. Truffert once again. Slides it down the line. Krupi now on the halfway line. Manages to get away from the challenge of McAllister, but it's won back by Gravenberch for Liverpool. Now it's with Frimpong. Plays it back to Joe Gomez on the edge of the Liverpool box under a bit of pressure from the Bournemouth players. forward by Gomez, and he finds Wirtz, who's allowed to turn and carry the ball forward into the Bournemouth half and leaves it for Salah, gets it back again, tries to slip it through for Mo Salah. It bounces off a Bournemouth player and it'll go behind for a Liverpool corner. 19 minutes gone, still goalless. More defending for Bournemouth to do here. Liverpool are hoping to close the gap on Aston Villa. Victory will take them on to 39 points, which would be 11 points behind the leaders Arsenal, who play tomorrow, of course, against Manchester United. Manchester City did win today. Much needed 3 points for them as Salah plays the corner deep to the far post. Too deep in the end. It's gone out of play, and it will be another corner, I think. That's the final touch of a Bournemouth player. I thought the ball had just gone straight out of play, but a little touch from Adley. Liverpool get another chance, this time from the left-hand side. An in-swinging right footer to come from Szoboszlai. High and deep and straight into the arms of Petrovic, who did drop it but was able to catch it at the second attempt. As the ball comes out to Truffert, clips it over the top towards the Liverpool half. Bournemouth were looking for a free kick for a foul on Krupi, but nothing given. As Liverpool come again with Wirtz. Now Szoboszlai. Forward to Gakpo. Gakpo to McAllister. Back to Van Dijk. Across to Gomez. Gakpo again. Plays a lovely ball down the right-hand side for Frimpong, who looks to cross it first time. Bounces over the head of quite a few, but does come to Kirkesh, who sends it back in towards the penalty area. Bournemouth clear, and Evan Nilsson's pass goes astray, so it's out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Taken quickly. Turned by Gravenberg now as he drives towards the Bournemouth penalty area, and his pass intercepted by Krupi, who can't pick out a teammate. Adley wasn't quite ready for him. And it remains goalless here as we approach the midway point of the first half. Gomez slides it forward for Szoboszlai, and now Wirtz can't pick out a pass. Scott. Bournemouth clear, and it's found Evan Nilsson, who's a little isolated but carries it forward quickly down the left-hand side. Now he has some support from Adley. Edge of the penalty area, tried the square pass, but it's cut out by Gravenberg, who has managed to pick out Wirtz. Lovely little first-time touch from Wirtz to allow Gakpo to drive forward into the open space. Gakpo still going. Edge of the penalty area, looks for the pass to Wirtz, and it's Cook who gets there to knock the ball out of play for another corner. We saw there the quality of Florian Wirtz with a beautiful little one-touch pass with his back to goal, managed to flick it round the corner with a deft little touch. Just a moment of real quality from the German, of whom much is expected, who perhaps has not yet completely delivered in a Liverpool shirt, but the improvement is there for all to see. He's finding his place in this Liverpool side as the corner is cleared as far as Gravenberg, who finds Frimpong, rolls it out to the right-hand side for Salah, looks for the 1-2 with Wirtz. This time Wirtz can't return the pass to the Egyptian, and Bournemouth clear it long up towards halfway. Evan Nilsson steaming after it, forces Frimpong to knock it out for a throw-in to the hosts. Truffert, the ball in his hands, thought about taking it quickly and realised there wasn't really an option on for him. He's given it to Cook now, midway inside the Liverpool half. Cook goes back to the centre circle for Hill. The forward to Scott, returns it straight to Hill. Now it's with Senesi out to the left for Truffert. Carries it down the touchline. Plays it infield to Krupi. Back to Cook again on the halfway line. And now Hill. Hill looking to chip it forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Out comes Allison. Gathers it comfortably. Bowls it out to the right to Frimpong. Plays it back to Gomez. Gomez now, right-footed, cross-field ball to the empty space on the left-hand side. Bournemouth happy just to let it run out of play. Adam Smith can't let it run out for a throw in though, as it slows down as it approaches the touchline. So Bournemouth build from the back. It's now with Truffert over on the left-hand side. Plays it into the middle, looking for Krupi. Frimpong and Truffert battling for it. Krupi trying to win the ball back, and he's managed to force Frimpong into an error as Adley carries it forward and then goes for goal from the edge of the penalty area. Maybe needed a little more composure. Somewhere between a cross and a shot. Didn't really deliver either in the end. A little bit aimless from Adley. Probably had some better options there. Bournemouth still pretty satisfied here with what they've achieved so far in this first half. It's been a fairly even start. Not a great deal in terms of clear-cut chances. Liverpool maybe shading those opportunities at the moment. The ball is played into the penalty area though, and it's come back to Evan Nilsson, who fires it in. An error from Van Dijk, allowing Bournemouth the chance to take the lead, and that's exactly what they've done. It's Evan Nilsson, and it's 1-0 to the hosts, out of nowhere. Gomez is down. Van Dijk can't quite believe what's just happened here. And Evan Nilsson was alert to the situation as Liverpool failed to clear their lines. It all stemmed from a rather hopeful ball forward into the penalty area from Hill. Looked like it had got away from Alex Scott, who somehow managed to keep it in play. Van Dijk attempted a clearance and missed it. And then Alex Scott managed to hook it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. And Evan Nilsson fired it in. The only question perhaps is, did Alex Scott keep that ball in play before it crossed the line? Did it cross the line before he hooked it back? That is the question. It looks like it did stay in play. And it looks like Bournemouth are going to get the first goal in this game. Evan Nilsson scores. That is a big moment. Scored in the win against Tottenham. Gomez back on his feet. He threw himself in front of Evan Nilsson's shot to try and block it. He didn't manage to do that. He was clattered by his own goalkeeper straight afterwards as well. And for Evan Nilsson, that is 3 Premier League goals in his last 4 games. His 5th overall this season. His 15th Premier League goal in total for Bournemouth in 52 appearances. Just the moment in the game they needed. The slot will be really disappointed as Krupi flicks the ball round the corner and gets clattered by McAllister and wins Bournemouth a free kick. Krupi's been very, very effective. Been a real handful for Liverpool. Bournemouth have done a great job of recruitment in recent years, replacing the big names who have left. Of course, recently losing Antoine Semenyo. They're attacking now down the left-hand side with Adli, now Krupi. Speaking of recruitment, Alex Toth, the Hungarian signed from Ferencváros, has made the bench today. New signing for Bournemouth. Another of their recent signings, Fraser Forster, also named on the bench, the veteran goalkeeper. Big blow for Liverpool. Early in this game, Evanilson's goal separating the two sides. Ball at the feet of Gravenberch now. McAllister up to Florian Wirtz, who turns effortlessly and finds Szoboszlai. To Mo Salah on the right into the penalty area, cutting onto that left foot, twisting and turning and trying to beat a number of Bournemouth players, but Senesi gets there first and he gives the ball away. Frimpong gathers it for Liverpool, gives it to McAllister. Gravenberch now. McAllister again. Looking for options, but nothing for him. He's just giving it straight back to McAllister on the halfway line now for Liverpool. Those two continue to exchange passes as Alexis McAllister looks to carry it forward. Szoboszlai. Kirkesh. Wide to Gakpo. Turns onto his right foot and goes for goal. May have come off Wirtz, but it's still alive here as Kirkesh sends the ball into the penalty area, low along the ground, but straight into the arms of Petrovic. He leaves the ball on the floor and clears it long. True fair for Bournemouth on the left-hand side, approaching the halfway line. Infield to Krupi. Switches the play out to the right for Smith. Captain sliding it forward for Evanilson, edge of the penalty area, holds it up well. Does manage to find Jimenez. Played back to Scott. Now Cook. To Senesi and now Hill. Smith. Jimenez challenged by Gakpo. Liverpool applying the pressure. Senesi gets away from Salah and finds Truffert. Bournemouth this season have struggled to hold on to leads, certainly in their recent run. There's a lot of points from winning positions. I'm hoping they didn't do that again here as they're in again for two and they have it. Jimenez with the goal and Bournemouth strike again. Just over half an hour played and the champions are in real trouble here. Alex Jimenez sliding the ball into the bottom corner. And it's Bournemouth 2, Liverpool 0. What a time to score your first Premier League goal. Ball slid through on that right-hand side. And Jimenez getting the better of the former Bournemouth man, the Kirkesh, who couldn't reach the ball. And Jimenez sliding it under the legs of Alisson to make it 2-0. Really well taken goal. Only question is, was it offside? Jimenez was very close. It is being checked and it has been cleared. Bournemouth 2, Liverpool 0. Van Dijk it was, just playing the Bournemouth wide man onside. And with 11 minutes to go in the first half, Andoni Iraola's team are 2-0 up against the champions, and Liverpool's long unbeaten run is under threat. The ball is now with Van Dijk. Picked up here by Liverpool again as Gravenberch tries to thread it through for Salah, who does pick it up on the edge of the penalty area, and then Adley comes back and makes a brilliant challenge and wins it back. Liverpool have made a change, by the way. Endo is on for Gomez, who did pick up a bit of a knock when the first goal was scored. He collided with his own goalkeeper. So Liverpool have made a change, almost certainly an enforced one. I think it's a tactical switch from Arne Slot. Endo is on, and Liverpool very much on the back foot here as it's played into the middle from the right hand side by Jimenez. Liverpool do clear it though, and Gakpo gets it out to Wirtz, trying to influence the game in the early stages, Florian Wirtz, but it is Bournemouth who have been the more clinical of the two sides. Liverpool just haven't created the chances in this first half. Endo has it now. It's a poor pass from him. Gets it straight to a Bournemouth player, and now Bournemouth looking to break away with Adley and Truffert, and they have numbers forward here. Truffert taking it out to the left-hand side where Adley has space to deliver the cross in low, and just evades the head of the on-rushing Krupi. Picked up by Kirkesh, who fires it forward to Szoboszlai, and Liverpool escape. They were in real danger there. It's played up to Florian Wirtz now. And he goes out to the right for Frimpong. Frimpong now. Into Wirtz. Back towards Frimpong, closed down by Senesi. It will be a Liverpool corner. The champions almost caught on the break again. And Arne Slot, they're a little concerned at the moment. The side just haven't really got going so far. Gravenberch has it. Florian Wirtz looking for Szoboszlai. Out to Gravenberch again. Still, Liverpool trying to find a way through, and they briefly lost possession there. Looked like Bournemouth could break away, but Adley with a foul on Frimpong. Liverpool can resume. Szoboszlai fires it across to Florian Wirtz, who controls it nicely, cuts inside, looks for Gravenberch, can't find him. Bournemouth defending it well yet again. They've been superb at the back so far this evening, Bournemouth. As it's cleared up towards Krupi. It's up against Endo. Bournemouth win a throw on the left-hand side, just inside their own half. It has actually been given Liverpool's way in the end. This is taken by Frimpong and thrown back to Endo. Liverpool suffering from a little bit of a defensive crisis at the moment. So much talk about them signing Mark Gahey from Crystal Palace in the summer. That move ultimately didn't happen, and he's now, of course, made the move to Manchester City. Kirkesh with a quick throw in for Liverpool here. 6.5 minutes left in the first half, but again Liverpool lose possession and Bournemouth are on the attack. It is Evan-Nilsson, he has Croupier ahead of him. It's 2-on-3, Evan-Nilsson carrying it all the way to the edge of the box and finding a bit of space, going to ground on the edge of the penalty area. No foul though, almost as though he tripped over the ball as he tried to step past the Liverpool defenders. Frimpong carrying it forward now for Liverpool. Is the game going to get a little stretched here in the closing stages of this first half? Salah advancing towards the penalty area, onto his left foot, leaves it for Szoboszlai in a central position, back to Salah again, tries to just chip it into the penalty area. It's headed clear easily by Bournemouth, but it's back with Gravenberch, and now Wirtz with a bit of space to work with, might go for goal, does go for goal, drags it just wide of the post, and it'll be a goal kick to Bournemouth. But that is a little more threatening from Liverpool. At least they managed to find an attempt, which really hasn't been the case for a lot of this first half. They haven't had too many shots at goal. They certainly haven't tested Petrovic. 2 goals down with half-time fast approaching. Despite Bournemouth's tendency to drop leads and concede goals, Liverpool have an awful lot to do as things stand, as Petrovic goes long, looking for Evan-Nilsson, who can only knock it back to Scott. And Liverpool win it back with Szoboszlai. It's a good ball forward, and maybe a chance for Gakpo. Loses his footing inside the penalty area, and Hill doing just enough, and then there's a foul on Smith, and it'll be a free kick to Bournemouth. A foul in fact on Alex Scott, but just outside of the Bournemouth penalty area. Opportunity nearly presenting itself to Cody Gakpo, but really good defending from Hill. He's been excellent in this first half, played a significant role in the opening goal and provided the assist for the second. Has been terrific at the back alongside Senesi. They've looked really solid so far, really restricted Liverpool in this first half. Slot has plenty of thinking to do at half-time. I wonder how long before Ekitike makes an appearance. I'd be overly surprised to see him introduced after the break. Liverpool winning in midweek in the Champions League, which has strengthened their position in that competition. Currently 4th in the Champions League standings on 15 points. A point might be enough to secure a top 8 finish. A win certainly would be. And they host Karabag in 4 days' time at Anfield, which certainly paper feels like a very winnable fixture for them before a tough run of games in the Premier League, starting with Newcastle at home, Man City away, Sunderland away to follow that as well before FA Cup action against Brighton. Here come Bournemouth again with Adley looking dangerous. As Bournemouth threaten once more. Liverpool have dealt with the danger. It's out to Gakpo on the right-hand side. Florian Wirtz and Frimpong exchanging passes. It's going to come to McAllister now. Gives it to Szoboszlai, edge of the penalty area. Out wide for Kerkez, who to try his luck from distance. It's a really good block. It's gone out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool. Time running out for Liverpool, certainly in this first half now. Endo has it. Wide to Szoboszlai. It's in towards Salah at the far post. And he did manage to pick him out. Salah may have been fractionally offside anyway. Just didn't get hold of his volley. Bounced and landed comfortably in the arms of the goalkeeper. Liverpool pushing for something late on in this first half. Seconds plus stoppage time remaining as it's fired in by Mo Salah. There's a little flick off a Bournemouth head. It'll be another corner. This time from the left-hand side. Corner to be delivered by Szoboszlai this time. In towards the near post and headed in, and Liverpool do have a goal back. Virgil van Dijk may have to take the blame for the first Bournemouth goal, but he has given Liverpool some hope here late in this first half. It's a simple set-piece goal for the visiting side, and Virgil van Dijk taking full advantage of the opportunity. It's a really good delivery from Szoboszlai, and Van Dijk running into the near post and just flicking it into the far corner. It's a really good header. And the captain standing up when required here for Liverpool. May have even come off his shoulder, but it flew into the far corner. And Bournemouth weren't happy because they felt that the second corner shouldn't have been awarded in the first place. Liverpool given hope, having threatened very little really in this first half. The ball back with Alisson now. Van Dijk has it once more. Puts it forward to Florian Wirtz. What a boost that is for Liverpool. The stroke of half-time. To be given that opening. To be given some hope. With so little time remaining in the first period. Hoping to carve out another chance maybe before the interval. On the attack again, Florian Wirtz has it. Zita McAllister chips it into the penalty area, headed away, only as far as Frimpong. Has it down by the corner flag, around about 30 seconds of stoppage time to go. Frimpong is fouled. It's a free kick in a decent position for Liverpool, and then Krupi just boots the ball away. And that is a foolish yellow card for the Bournemouth player. And it is a chance for Liverpool to try and make something happen late on. They find the net once again. Krupi's booking. Needlessly kicking the ball away in frustration. That goal may have just changed Arne Slot's thinking at half-time. Salah looks to deliver the ball into the penalty area. It's headed away. Comes out to him again. And now with Frimpong, we've had 3.5 minutes of stoppage time now. 3 minutes signalled initially, and the referee does bring the first half to a close. Now, Bournemouth were absolutely flying, but a little bit of hope for Liverpool in the closing stages of that first half, with Van Dijk's headed goal to bring the score to 2-1. Evan Nilsson and Alex Jimenez with the goals for Bournemouth to put them in control. Plenty still to come in this game. Really entertaining so far, as Bournemouth, who lead the champions at half-time at the Vitality Stadium by 2-1. Start of the second half. Unclear at the moment as to whether that was a tactical decision or not, as Liverpool threaten here into the penalty area. It's cleared away. Played all the way into the centre circle for Van Dijk to deal with. Van Dijk with the ball at his feet once again, plays it all the way back to McAllister. Back to Van Dijk once more. Plays it into Florian Wirtz. It's getting it to Gravenberch. To the right-hand side for Kirkish. Now Frimpong to Florian Wirtz, who does let it run. Comes back to McAllister on the halfway line. Just over 3 minutes gone here in this second half. Szoboszlai wins a free kick on the edge of the centre circle. Referee is actually going to play advantage because Liverpool still have possession. Ball now at the feet of Cody out wide to Robertson. Szoboszlai. Robertson now making the run, squares it into the penalty area. Frimpong has the shot. It's headed away by Senesi and flicked on further by Krupi up to Van Dijk. And now Endo charged down by Adley. And it's out for a throw-in to Liverpool. Have made a reasonably bright start to this second half here. Still going. Looking for a way through early in the second period. Pass from Szoboszlai is a poor one though, and brilliant work by Jimenez to intercept, and looks for the 1-2 with Krupi, but Van Dijk gets back to make the challenge and the ball back to Alisson, just indicating to his teammates to just slow things down a little bit here. Salah chasing the ball into the left-hand corner and beats Hill to it, gets the cross in, it's headed back calmly into the arms of the goalkeeper by Truffert. Truffert then getting hold of the ball and playing it forward up towards Evan Nilsson. Played all the way back to Alisson. Plays it to Van Dijk. Now Robertson. Forward again. Back to Gakpo. Falls back into his own half. Still with Van Dijk. Assessing his options here. 1-2 with Endo, and Van Dijk can carry it forward again. Liverpool have had the lion's share of the possession so far in this second half. Bournemouth have struggled to get hold of the ball. Florian Wirtz has it now. Gives it to Szoboszlai. A central position, plays it out to the right. Endo getting forward and playing it out to Frimpong on the touchline. Frimpong plays it back to Endo. Frimpong again. And Endo again, just being forced back this time, Liverpool. Endo cuts in field. Looking for the pass, slides it through, but it goes into the arms of Petrovic. He gathers comfortably. But Gakpo trying to get him onto the end of a pass from Endo. As the ball is headed by Van Dijk straight to Frimpong. Also tries to slide it into the penalty area for Salah to chase this time, but it's gone all the way through to Petrovic once more. It does remain 2-1 at the Vitality Stadium, but a tricky start to the second half for Bournemouth, who haven't been able to establish much control so far. But Alex Scott has it now and hits it long for Evan Nilsson to chase up against Endo, putting him under pressure, and Endo then playing the ball back to Alisson, controls it calmly and rolls it out to Van Dijk with his right foot. Van Dijk in a central position midway inside the Liverpool half. No pressure on him at the moment as he plays it out to the right for Endo, and it's forward to Gravenberch, who turns well and slides it down the line, and it comes to Salah on the edge of the penalty area. Bournemouth get players back and clear long with Adley chasing after the ball. Krupi goes to the ground. No foul according to the referee. Now Gravenberch playing it out wide to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai in to Frimpong. Back to Szoboszlai again. McAllister looking to get the shot away from distance. Blocked on the edge of the penalty area. Van Dijk picks it up once more. Ambling forward. Fires it out to the left for Gakpo. Looking to take on Jimenez. Gakpo back to Wirtz. Florian Wirtz looking for a bit of space. Three Bournemouth players ahead of him. He finds Gakpo, looks for the cross. Closed down by Jimenez. It's good defending. And it will be another Liverpool corner. And it is relentless pressure at the moment from the visiting side. And the hosts just having to weather the storm a little bit here. Corner delivered, but straight into the arms of Petrovic, who doesn't waste any time in getting the ball forward. He's thrown it way beyond the halfway line. He's bounced out of play for a throw. Still searching for a way back into this game. Goal before half-time could be so big, and Bournemouth have dropped so many points from winning positions, 18 in total this season. Are they going to suffer a similar outcome here? Or are they going to hold on for a a big win against the defending champions. There's a long way to go. Liverpool are asking questions in the second half. Wirtz to Frimpong, great block from Truffert, who prevents the cross from coming in. It goes out for a throw. Picked up by Frimpong. Thrown to Wirtz, and back to Frimpong. Bit of space to run into now. Evan Nilsson gets back to make the challenge and does. And it will be a corner now to Liverpool. They can continue to ask the questions here. Salah going across to take the corner from the right-hand side, left-footed in-swinger. Van Dijk is lurking at the far post. Salah's delivery straight into the arms of Petrovic. Will he look to release it quickly again? Holds on to it a little longer this time. And decides to kick it instead. It's not the greatest clearance, but it does bounce right in front of Evan Nilsson, who just struggled to get it under control. With Robertson, half-time substitute for the former Bournemouth fullback Kirkesh. We'll talk about Andy Robertson moving on in this January transfer window to Tottenham. He's in the squad today. On at half-time to replace Milos Kirkesh, and now Liverpool are preparing a double change. Curtis Jones and Ugo Ekitike are being prepared by Arne Slot, but it's Bournemouth on the attack here. As the ball is played through by Adley, but into the arms of Alisson. As McAllister picks it up. Back to the right-hand side for Frimpong. Down the line from Frimpong to Salah. Salah finds Frimpong again, and Frimpong looking to get the better of Senesi. He can't beat him this time. The ball runs out of play. It will be a goal kick to Bournemouth, and the changes are about to be made. Alexis McAllister is going to be coming off. Frimpong is also making way. So that suggests a bit of a reshuffle here. Gakpo likely to go into midfield, you would think, and Jones maybe to go to right back. And a more direct swap for Frimpong, and Ekitike, of course, will play as the main striker. Just over half an hour. Try and have a big impact here for Liverpool. Header from Szoboszlai. Jones getting his first touch of the ball, battling with Adley, who brings down the Liverpool player. It is a free kick to Liverpool, taken by Van Dijk. Robertson. Ekitike. To Salah. Salah to the edge of the box for Gakpo. And cleared away from the edge of the penalty area. And Gravenberg. Into Szoboszlai. Dominant Liverpool for the first quarter of an hour of this second half. At the moment, no way back into the game. Still down by 2-1. For Nilsson and Jimenez with the goals for Bournemouth. Scored twice in the space of 7 minutes before Van Dijk pulled one back just before half-time. Past the hour mark. Liverpool On the attack again with Robertson, who's sent the ball forward. That's straight out of play. Bournemouth in any rush with this throw-in. Taken quite quickly there. Salah now finding Szoboszlai. Looks to chip it into the penalty area. Szoboszlai claiming handball against Senesi. The ball did strike the defender. Szoboszlai makes the challenge to prevent Bournemouth from breaking away, but there is going to be a pause in play here while they check for a possible handball inside the penalty area. I'm not sure it'll be given. Senesi's arm is tucked right into his body as the ball is fired at him. The penalty was never likely to be given for that. We'll resume here with a Bournemouth throw. Of uncomfortable little moments there for Bournemouth while they waited for confirmation. Fair now trying to keep the ball in play for Bournemouth, which he has done. The referee spotting a foul. He was too physical with his opponent there, and it goes Liverpool's way. Endo fouled by Truffert, according to the referee. Katike back heeling the ball, but straight to Adam Smith. Clears it long for Krupi to chase. Van Dijk. Robertson exchanging passes, and then it was briefly given away to Krupi, who knocked the ball against Van Dijk to win a throw-in. A little bit of a mix-up there between the two veteran defenders. Two players who have brought a lot of success to Liverpool, played a big part in their recent success. Van Dijk and Robertson both have been questioned at times this season. Long throw from Hill. Van Dijk gets his head to the ball. Adley then wins the next header. It's back into the penalty area. Could have dropped anywhere. Liverpool try and clear. Eventually they win a throw. Robertson quick to rush across to take it, try and get his side going again. Gakpo hooking the ball out of play. Means that Hill can have another go at launching this long. Midway inside the Liverpool half, but he has got a long throw on him and he hurls it into the penalty area. It falls to the edge of the box. Salah gets it away, and all of a sudden there's a break on for Liverpool as Wirtz picks it up just inside the Liverpool half, out on the right hand side, and they are getting forward in numbers here. Liverpool, it's a poor clearance, it falls to Jones, looks to hit it first time, good block by Jimenez, and then hacked away by Krupi, and it'll be a throw-in to Liverpool. But they really showed how dangerous they can be on the break. back in possession here. Now it's with Jones. As it diverts into the Bournemouth penalty area. It's a good challenge by Cook. Comes to Ekitike. Hasn't had much of an opportunity to get involved so far in the 8 or so minutes he's been on, but he's picked out Gravenberg now on the edge of the box, and Gravenberg takes a pot shot at goal, drags it wide of the post again. Certainly a lack of accuracy when it comes to shooting. From Liverpool's point of view, Bournemouth are about to make their first changes. Just the one, in fact. And Christie is going to come on in place of Junior Krupi. Picked up a yellow card in the first half, but looked lively. Had some nice touches. Helped Bournemouth get up the pitch in those counter-attacks. Christie brought on for Bournemouth's first change. Liverpool have used 4 up already. They were forced to bring off Gomez in the first half after he appeared to pick up an injury in trying to deal with what was ultimately Bournemouth's first goal. And then the change at half-time as well, with Robertson coming off for Kirkesh. Ekitike and Jones have come on since the start of the second half, so Liverpool have just one change available should they wish to make it. They are on the attack again here, with Gakpo on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Slides it for Robertson, whose cross is headed behind by Crook. Cook getting there, right place at the right time to deal with it. Put it behind for another Liverpool corner midway through the second half. Can Liverpool come up with another set-piece goal? Szoboszlai to Van Dijk was the combination for the goal just before half-time. Szoboszlai's corner again is punched clear by Petrovic. Now Gravenberg to Jones. Forward to Ekitike. Goes back to Gravenberg, who might be forced to play it all the way back to Alisson. He is. Alisson carrying it forward. He's almost up to the centre circle now. Ball at his feet, gives it to Endo. Trots back towards his penalty area as the substitute finds Florian Wirtz on the left-hand side. Now it's with Van Dijk. Quick ball to Szoboszlai, back into Wirtz, and Szoboszlai again. Now looking to switch the play, but hits it straight at a Bournemouth head. And the counter-attack is on now for Bournemouth. And it is Adley who intercepted that crossfield ball from Szoboszlai and is carrying it forward. And now finds Truffert, looks for the cross into the penalty area. It's Van Dijk who heads it away. Falls for Alex Scott. And he is fouled by Ekitike, and it'll be a free kick to Bournemouth in a really decent position. And this could be shooting opportunity for Bournemouth, and they haven't had too many shooting opportunities in this second half so far. Ekitike felt he shouldn't have been penalised. He's shaking his head, walking away. This free kick, fairly central position, just a little to the goalkeeper's right. A few yards from the edge of the D. Already 6-7 Bournemouth players standing over the ball. It's going to be one of them. Smith has just gone over as the captain, maybe to help lead the discussion one way or another. Certainly a big discussion going on as to who should take this free kick. Jimenez, Adley, Alex Scott, all having a little look at this. Most of them have walked away now. Adley is still there. Alex Scott certainly looks like he fancies this. Adley is arguing with the referee about the distance between the ball and the players in the wall. As Alex Scott places the ball once again. A couple of deep breaths as he looks to line this up, and he does hit it straight into the wall. And it'll go out of play for a throw-in down by the corner flag on the left-hand side. Less than 20 minutes to go here. Bournemouth weathering the storm for the most part in this second half. For Liverpool's possession, they haven't really troubled Petrovic so far. Hill again looks to launch the ball into the penalty area with a long throw. Flicked on at the near post. It is dangerous. Jimenez arriving. Can he get there? Gets a foot on it, but it bounces into the ground and into the arms of Alisson. That was real danger. Ball thrown into the near post. Bounced off a couple of players. Evan Nilsson went for the spectacular. He missed it. The ball bounced again. And Jimenez did get a foot on it. Didn't really get enough contact on the ball to even begin to trouble Alisson. It's gathered easily by the Liverpool goalkeeper as it comes forward once again to Curtis Jones, but he's dispossessed. Great work there by Truffert, and now it is Bournemouth threatening with Christie and Adley just trying to lay it off for Evan Nilsson, with a bit of miscommunication there. Liverpool have been able to win it back. Robertson has it now. Hurried into a clearance up towards the halfway line. Ekitike with a really heavy touch, but he's managed to get back on the ball. Now running towards the touchline and loses possession as Bournemouth come forward. No foul, and it's fired across the 6-yard box by Cook, and no one's there to apply the finishing touch. Well, it would have been interesting because Ekitike felt that he was fouled on the touchline. But the assistant referee was well placed and didn't flinch. Didn't make the most of a good opportunity there. Now Liverpool are going to make their final change. Rio Ngumoa comes on. Place of Gakpo. Player started to make a bit of an impression, still just 17 years old. Famously came off the bench to score a big goal for Liverpool against Newcastle in the early part of the season. Can he make a difference for Liverpool in the closing stages of this game? Here he is now, finding Gravenberg. Curtis Jones to Florian Wirtz. To Curtis Jones again on the edge of the penalty area. Wirtz once more. Closed down here. Ngumoa gets it out to Ekitike on the edge of the box. He goes down on the edge of the penalty area. There were tackles flying in there. The referee waves away the claims of a penalty. Ekitike's not happy. There's a tangle of legs. Whether there was a foul or not, a little hard to tell. The referee didn't feel there was. Now Alisson to Gravenberg. Out to Endo. Plays it back to Alisson once again. Find a late goal here to level things. This will be a huge win for Bournemouth if they can hang on. Back-to-back home wins certainly ease those relegation fears, if there were any. As Christie picks it up, finds Jimenez, tries to carry it forward, can't get past Robertson. Liverpool on the move again with Gravenberch now, takes it over the halfway line and slides it out to the right for Curtis Jones. He has support, and there are plenty of Liverpool players forward in the box as well, as Jones plays it back to Szoboszlai on the edge of the penalty area. Forced to check his run. Play the ball back to Gravenberch for a moment as though he might get the chance to shoot. Now it's Van Dijk, quickly moves it out to the left for Rio Ngamoa. And Ngamoa stays up with the challenge that came in and could potentially have gone down there. And Liverpool have won it back anyway with Ekitike. And back to Van Dijk. And now Gravenberch. Szoboszlai. Back out wide once more to Mo Salah. Strong challenge, and now Bournemouth win it back with Truffert. Has been excellent this evening. Played into Christie, who's fouled by Gravenberch, and it's a free kick to Bournemouth, and an opportunity just to have a little bit of a breather. There's a challenge by Jimenez on Rio Ngamoa a few moments ago. He may have been a little lucky to escape, because Rio Ngamoa stayed on his feet and could probably have gone down, and had he done so, it would have been an interesting decision. Bournemouth attacking again this time. The ball just gets away from Ryan Christie and is gathered by Alisson. Liverpool injecting a little more pace into their attack now as they realise the clock is against them. Andy Robertson overruns the ball and Bournemouth are able to clear up towards the halfway line, but it's straight back to Liverpool. And Endo forward to Jones. Inside to Szoboszlai, midway inside the Bournemouth half. Rolls it across. Jones looking for the pass, finds Robertson, drills it across and cleared away. Bournemouth get away with one again. It's good defending. Rio Ngamoa now getting the better of Jimenez. Edge of the penalty area, still running. And was he fouled on the edge of the box? He was. This time he does win the free kick. And it's a really good position for Liverpool as well. The kind of position that Szoboszlai will be looking at, thinking he can add to his goal tally for the season. Scored a free kick against Marseille in the Champions League. Will fancy his chances again here. Salah and Szoboszlai both standing over the ball. It's a really good position for Liverpool, just a few yards from the edge of the penalty area to the goalkeeper's right. Szoboszlai certainly fancies this. Little flick from Salah. Szoboszlai finds the bottom corner with a brilliantly worked goal from that set piece. He scores again. Liverpool are level, and it's 2-2 with 11 minutes to go. It's such a clever free kick. Mo Salah ran towards the ball and backheeled it for Szoboszlai to run onto it and fire it into the bottom corner. It's an absolute beauty of a strike from Szoboszlai. Fabulous Liverpool goal. It's a well-worked set piece. 2-2. Can they go on and win this now? Is it going to be heartbreak for Bournemouth again? They're going to drop points from a winning position once more. Iraola is furious on the touchline, whether he feels there was a player standing in an offside position impeding. It remains to be seen. Bournemouth on the attack here with Alex Scott as he tries to run through. It comes to Christie, who fires an effort goalwards as it just rolled into his path on the edge of the penalty area. It's a brilliant save from Alisson. Alex Scott driving towards the box, and the ball just fell kindly for Christie. Hit it first time, was heading for the top corner, and Alisson tipped it over. Great effort from Ryan Christie. And Liverpool almost caught out straight away, having just got the scores level again. Bournemouth with this corner now from the left-hand side, and Christie heads it back across goal. It's away, and danger averted for Liverpool as they try and break away. They throw in on the left-hand side. Senesi with a challenge on Nugamoa. Will Raiola turn to his bench now. Liverpool go in search of a winning goal. Gamoa taking on Christie, 17-year-old full of running. This time he loses his balance, no free kick. It'll be a goal kick instead to Bournemouth. 8 minutes to go. 2-2. Szoboszlai with an assist and a goal. It's his corner that was headed in by Van Dijk. A well-worked free kick to level the scores. Gravenberg playing it back to Alisson. Slides it forward. Szoboszlai under a bit of pressure. Forward it goes once again. Bournemouth win it back. Truffert carrying it forward down the left-hand side, plays it into the edge of the box, cleared away by Liverpool, controlled nicely by Curtis Jones, who carries it forward over the halfway line and finds Nugamoa, the youngster again, running at Bournemouth. He was the one who won the free kick that ultimately turned out to be Liverpool's equaliser. Certainly played his part since coming on, but now it's Christie for Bournemouth. And Bournemouth are threatening here. Christie, can he run straight through? Big chance here! Evan Nilsson puts it wide. Oh, what a chance that was. Liverpool carved apart. But Evan Nilsson, who was played in by Ryan Christie, was onside, just had to finish and put it wide of the post. He beat Alisson, but just dragged it. Head-in-hand moment for the Bournemouth players. That should have been 3-2. And Evan Nilsson, who scored the opening goal, can't quite believe it. It was all far too easy for Bournemouth, and it should have been a goal. Alex Jimenez now is going to come off. He will be replaced by Bournemouth's new signing from Ferencváros, Alex Toth. He's going to get a few minutes here. So he makes his Bournemouth debut, 20-year-old Hungarian. Time to come on as Liverpool threaten once again and could easily have had a third goal. It's knocked across the 6-yard box. Petrovic got a touch. I think it's going to be a corner. It was Florian Wirtz who was firing that ball. It was heading for the bottom corner. Petrovic gets a big hand on it, just tips it wide. Could so easily have been the winner as well. Both teams with big chances. Goal kick's been given, but it should have been a corner. Van Dijk's header up towards Wirtz. Salah back to Wirtz on the right-hand side. Can he find that opening? Gives it to Robertson. Robertson to Ngumoa. Robertson again. Nice ball into Jones, who just couldn't control it, and it runs through for Petrovic. And it remains 2 apiece. Christie now to Truffert. Bournemouth are going for this. They want to win it as well. Will either of these sides find the winning goal in the closing minutes? 4 minutes plus stoppage time remain. Smith plays it back to Hill. Gets it under control eventually and plays it forward. Now it's Scott out on the right hand side. Back to Smith. Toth to Scott, and now Cook. And back to Alex Scott. This is nice play from Bournemouth. Alex Scott looking for Evan Nilsson. Will hold it up just inside the penalty area and rolls it out to Cook. First time cross, a little bit too much on it, but there's a lot of space here for Christie. Can he get the shot away? Finds Alex Scott, who fires it over the bar from the edge of the penalty area. Another chance for Bournemouth. You just get the sense there might be a late goal in this one way or the other. Alex Scott in plenty of space on the edge of the box. Couldn't find the target. Bournemouth win it back again. Scott plays it to Petrovic. 3 minutes plus stoppage time remain now. Out to the left for Truffert. Forward it goes. Now Christie. And Evan Nilsson. Out wide to Christie again. He's able to drift in field. Little 1-2. Might fall for Christie once more. Big chance maybe for Toth. He opts to pass and couldn't pick out a teammate. And now Wirtz on the counter-attack for Liverpool. End-to-end stuff at the Vitality, and Wirtz with a really poor ball. Straight out of play. And it'll be a goal kick to Bournemouth. This game is just so open at the moment. End-to-end stuff. Either side could win it. Are we going to get a late goal? And what has been a pretty unpredictable game is on the verge of having a pretty predictable outcome. Bournemouth again not able to hold on to a lead. Will extend their rather unwanted record in the Premier League. 1 minute 14 if it stays like this. For Liverpool, it'll be another game unbeaten, but another disappointing result ultimately. Too many draws in their 14-game unbeaten run in all competitions. That is, of course, unless we get some late drama. Scrappy battle for possession in midfield as Curtis Jones comes away with it and does really well. Finds Ekitike edge of the box. He can't really get hold of it. And he'll be frustrated that he's not been able to have the impact that he was hoping he would. Arne Slot pacing the touchline, really looking extremely anxious. Knows how big a goal could be in the grand scheme of things here. Draw puts Liverpool onto 37 points, be 6 points behind Villa, who play tomorrow, along with Arsenal, of course, who are top of the table on 50. Arsenal could go 16 points clear of Liverpool, the defending champions, with a win tomorrow. If it stays like this here, it'll be Liverpool's 7th draw of the season. Could be overtaken by Manchester United, and indeed by Chelsea. Goal difference should those sides win tomorrow. Looks of Brentford and Newcastle can close the gap as well. There's going to be 4 additional minutes. We've already had a few seconds of that as Florian Wirtz Looks to get past Cook, which he does. Verts into the penalty area. Smith with a desperate block. Bournemouth scramble it away. Now Van Dijk out to the right-hand side. Salah looking to take on Truffert. Salah again. Cleared away. Up to Evanilson. Holds it up nicely. Bournemouth look to break. Struggling to get the ball out to the wide areas where there is a bit of space, and Liverpool have in fact won it back here, and Verts carries it forward, and Ekitike lays it off on the edge of the penalty area. Didn't quite get the pass he was looking for, but it's come to Ngamoa, who finds Jones, and Ekitike just can't get himself into that position. It's not happened for him yet, but there is still time. Salah into the penalty area, looks to fire it through the bodies. It's going to come to him again. He fires it across. Oh, and it just won't fall for Robertson or for Curtis Jones in the middle. Ngamoa looks to play it across. It comes to Gravenberch on the edge of the penalty area. Bournemouth defending for their lives now. Gravenberch out wide to Verts, keeps it in play. Looks to play it across. It bounces off Senesi and goes behind for a corner. Now you get the sense that Bournemouth would take a draw in any way they can. Evanilson's about to come off. Andoni Iraola looks to make a late change here. And it is Evanilson who makes way for Enes Unal in the 3rd minute of stoppage time, with the score at 2-2. Less than 2 minutes of stoppage time left to play as it comes in from the corner. Out to Jones now on the left-hand side, edge of the penalty area, onto his right foot, plays it back for Gravenberch. And back in again for Jones. High ball into the box, it's allowed to bounce, and it's gathered by Petrovic, who will now look to bowl it out. Huge throw forward with Adley chasing after it. Gravenberch will hope to get there first. Adley battling with him and winning a throw-in. I think Gravenberch will get a yellow card here for just helping the ball on its way. Time wasting a little bit. Is there going to be some late drama? Hill knows how to launch these. He's going across to take the throw in. 30 seconds of stoppage time remain. Hill into the penalty area, flicked on. Ekitike gets it away. Alex Scott chasing after it, he can barely run. It's going to be a throw in for Liverpool to defend. As Hill goes across, quite a few of the Bournemouth players struggling to move with any kind of pace now, but they are hoping they can snatch it late on here. Hill to throw it in. Here it comes, into the near post, flicked on, and will it be turned in? Liverpool can't defend it. Bournemouth have scored. A late winner. And surely all 3 points. Added time, beyond added time. Adley celebrates. Liverpool are arguing with the referee, but Amin Adley looks like he may have got the winner here. What a moment, potentially, for Andoni Iraola and Bournemouth. Liverpool players are saying there's a foul. Bournemouth players are celebrating. The referee will wait to make his final decision. Long throw in from Hill. An almighty scramble inside the 6-yard box. Liverpool couldn't get it away. It's just a mass of bodies, absolute chaos in the 6-yard box. ball comes off the post. Allison tries to deal with it, can't hold on to it, and Adley just squeezes it in. One of the ugliest goals you'll ever see, but a beautiful moment for Andoni Iraola and Bournemouth. Arne Slot